Oh, hi, Chris Kohler for Wired.com, and we are here at Microsoft's E3 2009 press briefing, which just ended. And Chris Baker, they had a wide variety of announcements this year, didn't they?
Yeah, I'll say it was a star-studded show. We had Steven Spielberg here. We had the two surviving Beatles showing off the new Rock Band game, and that's what kicked the show off, a very in-depth look at Rock Band, even though that's not a Xbox exclusive.
We love the game. It's fantastic. Who would ever thought we'd end up as androids?
No, it does really illustrate that Rock Band, very, very important to Microsoft, even though it's on every console. Beatles Rock Band looks really, really great. Fantastic animated sequences showing all of the Beatles' entire career. They announced 10 songs that are going to be in the game. Day Tripper, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and Get Back, and what else?
Octopus's Garden. They announced one track that's going to be exclusively downloadable for Xbox. That was All You Need Is Love. We got to actually see the game in motion, and it seemed to add one new element to the gameplay, which is traditionally involved one singer, guitars, bass, drums.
Yeah, vocal harmonies are actually coming to Beatles Rock Band. You can have up to 3 singers all singing the 3 different parts of the Beatles songs all at once. I cannot imagine what that's actually going to be like with the sort of people that I hang out with. It should be a total vocal mess, but if you get a couple of really good singers together, it sounds like it could be a great time. But Beatles Rock Band, not the only thing by a long shot that Microsoft was talking about at E3 this year. Man, I mean, where to start? Tony Hawk Ride, where you actually stand on an actual skateboard-shaped controller and use that to play the game.
As you can see, it looks similar to a skateboard. It's a little bit shorter, but this thing is full of technology. It's got accelerometers. It's got infrared sensors here. It knows where your feet are. It knows where your hands are. You can come in and actually go for grabs. You can lean it. You can kick it up. You can actually put your foot on the side of it as if you're pushing along. The whole thing responds like a real skateboard.
Tons and tons of sequels also, right?
Yeah, we got the first look, to my knowledge, at Crackdown 2, a sleeper hit that a lot of people were really hoping to see more of. We got a first look at Left 4 Dead 2, the sequel to Valve's surprise hit on Xbox last year. We knew it was going to be big on PC, but it sold a surprising number of copies on Xbox. Great to see that back.
If you loved Metal Gear Solid 4 for the PlayStation 3, Metal Gear Solid is back, and it's now apparently multi-platform because they announced it here at Microsoft's press conference, Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Today, it is my pleasure to announce that I'm bringing the Metal Gear Solid franchise to Xbox 360.
It's going to star everybody's favorite metal-jawed, blonde-haired Bishonen, Raiden. That should be really interesting. Although, again, with a lot of these new game announcements, they only showed a little bit of gameplay footage. What they showed a lot of was Alan Wake.
Yeah, we got to see a look at this psychological horror thriller game, which is being positioned as sort of like a serial TV show in the manner of a Fringe or Lost or Heroes, and looked very atmospheric, very much a game about lighting and ambience and atmosphere, and it just seemed to really nail that.
But all that really ended up being prelude to Microsoft's big announcement, which did leak before E3 happened, but they had plenty of demos to show off for what is being called Project Natal.
2 months ago, Don shared with me the Natal experience, and the gamer in me went out of my mind when I got to really be interactive with this. And I think what Microsoft is doing is not about reinventing the wheel, it's about no wheel at all.
And that is their 3D, full body motion, facial recognition camera controller. The idea is get rid of the video game controller. Forget about motion controls. How about no controls? And it's just you and your body controlling the game.
This recognizes not just that there's something moving in front of the camera, it recognizes you, and it would distinguish me from Kohler. It would say, this is my face and here are his arms. There's a very high level of detail here. Also seems to have a microphone capable of voice recognition technology.
That's where we're going to paint our background. Light blue. I'm going to slop around some paint with my bucket throw here. And since I'm making a 4-legged animal, I need some help. So, Abby, would you like to come back up and help me make my elephant? Okay, so here we go. All right, so there's our elephant. I can also choose between different menu options by moving my hand left or right.
If it works as well as they say it will, and again, we haven't gotten hands-on with this. We really want to try it for ourselves, but this really could be a game changer for Microsoft. And they finished off the show with a really interesting demo from Peter Molyneux of Lionhead Studios, the guys who made Fable. Baker, why don't you explain to us about Milo?
Yeah, so a year ago before E3, I asked Peter Molyneux, who was finishing up Fable 2 at the time, what he had in the works. And he got a twinkle in his eye. He said, I can't really tell you, but it's going to be on the cover of Wired. It's a significant technological achievement. We got to see it, and it was actually pretty impressive. It was a chance to interact with a virtual person.
Hi, Milo. How you doing?
Hi, Claire. You okay?
Actually, I'm a bit nervous.
You can interact with him verbally and physically. We got to see actually drawing a picture and then literally handing it to the person inside of the game.
Yeah, the camera will recognize what you've drawn on the piece of paper, and then Milo, the character on screen, will react to it and say, oh, you drew me an orange fish. Wow. Again, obviously a very controlled demo, which is a video we were watching, and like everything else we saw today, really want to get our hands on it and try it out. But I would say overall, very interesting show for Microsoft. They're going in a really interesting direction with this camera. Unfortunately, they didn't actually announce when we're going to be able to play it, so I'm guessing it's not anytime soon.
They did very clearly, though, position it as something that's going to allow them to relaunch the Xbox 360. There was no word of what their next console would be, even though we're at the point in the cycle where we might expect to hear that. Maybe because of the financial situation, no word of a new console, but Don Matrick made it very clear that this was something that would work with every Xbox 360 and would open it up to a whole new audience. So the message was sort of, we don't have a new console. This new form of interface reinvents our existing console.